Can't be good. All right, Coach, opening statement.
Yeah, tough loss. Go out to Vegas, got plans to go out and win, dominate a team like Gremlin, but they had other thoughts. They came out and played their butts off again. That team was ready to play. Difference in the game, a couple plays we didn't make. Special teams, you get a kick block right before the half. We had a kick out of bounds late in the game once we had the lead. I never would have thought too as well, you give our defense 4th and 9 in that situation, and they were able to, convert that 4th down situation. But just hats off to them. We know now, we can't afford to slip up no more as a program. We got to finish this thing out strong, starting with FAM this week. That's who it's all about. That's who we're focused on as a team, going out here and beating FAM on the road. So we got to, get these mistakes cleaned up. We'll address the quarterback situation. Jacobian is going to see the doctor on today. Once we get some more information on that, I'll know, how we're going to do this going forward with the quarterback situation. But I feel good about our team. We've been here before, and, they're going to play hard. That's one thing I'm not going to question about our team. They played hard for 4 quarters, gave themselves a chance to win. So we just got to be better. I got to be better, and I take full blame for that. And I'll have these guys ready to go this weekend.
Coach, do you think if Jacobian was able to play 4 quarters, that would have been a different outcome?
You never know. That kid has been playing at a high level. You don't see those kind of things coming. When I called the timeout, he tried to make a throw, and I saw he couldn't plant. I knew something was going on, and I just wanted to get him out of the game to protect him at that point. But he's our leader on this football team. We'd love to have him in that situation. He was playing good early, but the other 2 guys had to come in and step up. But you never know in a game like that.
Coach, do you look at this loss as a signature wake-up call for the rest of the season?
I don't know if we needed a wake-up call. I thought we were playing good enough. Like I said, you never see these kind of injuries coming, But again, they came back ready to work today. We got in early morning yesterday, so I kind of gave them the day off to get their legs back under them. But it happened last year, but last year is last year. But they know now we have no more cushion. We got to win out. So we're going to take it 1 week at a time, like I said, get ready for FAM. But any loss kind of wakes you up as a program. We don't take losing well around here. I'll never accept losing. This team and these coaches as well.
Some characteristic things from your defense in that game. How do you go about kind of fixing those things, and especially now that they're on film for other teams to see places physically?
Yeah, I thought Gremlin did some stuff, to take advantage of some looks on our defense. But they know a couple times we were out of position. Some guys were out of position on certain looks. Like I said, we could have tackled better in certain situations. We'll get in here today and clean it up. But they know they got to play better against a FAMU team who's playing pretty good right now. They've won 2 in a row. Their quarterback has stepped up and started playing pretty good football. He can throw it around. Very similar to T-Set, the one we saw this past weekend. They got some weapons on the outside. Always the Florida guys can run. So, they know this team is built around the defense. And, we got to be better there going forward once we finish this thing out.
Coach, we got a chance to see both backup quarterbacks. Was there any particular reason why you chose to go with Stover versus Lockhart?
Yeah, Locke was a guy that we always wanted to look at getting a red shirt on. But, Stover didn't play bad. I think he ended up with 7 of 12, but we needed a spark. And once we got the word that Jacobian was going to be out the remainder of the game, we had to make the switch to Lockhart. He came in, gave us a spark, threw a big-time throw down there to Nate Rimber right there, and he was able to run one in. But both guys played well enough for us to win the game. In the end, we had an opportunity. Being down 2 touchdowns in a game and, for our offense to go back and get us back in that game, that's all I could ask for in that situation with 2 freshman quarterbacks. But that was the situation there with Locke. We waiting to hear what the deal with Jacobian. Parker did play well. We just needed an additional spark. So that's why we got to evaluate this thing going forward and get the best guy on the field now. Really both got to be ready to play.
And what's the mentality just going into this weekend, after that loss?
Yeah, like I said, losing sucks. Nobody likes it, but they understand we still control our own destiny. The season is not done. We've been here before. We just got to take it 1 quarter at a time, 1 day at a time, and get better.
How important are the skill players going to be, especially the ones that are veterans, regardless of who's in the backfield, considering both Jared and Parker are freshmen?
Oh, they've been important all year. You know, those guys got to make plays on the perimeter. They've been doing that. You know, whether we ask them to catch passes, block. You know, these running backs got to run, probably tote the load a little more too to try to you know, lighten the load for these young guys. But they up to the challenge. We know how talented we are at the skill position with these receivers, these running backs, as well as the O-line. Though they got to do a good job of protecting these quarterbacks and making them feel comfortable. But let me make no mistake about it. We're not having a pity party over here. You know, we Jackson State, so we got to get ready to go. Fam is not going to let up on us. We got to be ready come this weekend at 6 o'clock, ready to go, and we will be.
What stands out the most to you about R.J. Johnson?
Each game I've watched him, he's getting better. He's starting to get comfortable back there now. Each game he's gotten better as a quarterback. He was taking some shots earlier. The offensive line has gotten better. He's throwing the ball. He's understanding the weapons around him, and he doesn't mind pulling it down and, you know, being creative. So each and every game he's gotten better. I think that's why you're starting to see them win some games now.
Anything else? I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.